College of Life and Environmental Sciences, Friday 15th of July 2022, 10 a.m. College of Life and Environmental Sciences, Friday 15th of July 2022, 10 a.m. College of Life and Environmental Sciences, Friday 15th of July 2022, 10 a.m. College of Life and Environmental Sciences, Friday 15th of July 2022, 10 a.m. College of Life and Environmental Sciences, Friday 15th of July 2022, 10 a.m. College of Life and Environmental Sciences, Friday 15th of July 2022, 10 a.m. College of Life and Environmental Sciences, Friday 15th of July 2022, 10 a.m. College of Life and Environmental Sciences, Friday 15th of July 2022, 10 a.m. Congratulations to our University of Birmingham graduates. Here we are in the Grace Hall at the heart of the Edgbaston campus. Attendees, mostly graduates and their friends and family, are seated. Here are the student musicians. It's great to see them returning to ceremonies following the pandemic. we're getting started. Here's the first of our 2 mace bearers beginning the ceremony. The centenary mace bearer is usually a staff member who has volunteered to take part in the ceremony. The mace bearer enters through the back of the Great Hall and leads a procession of staff to the stage. Squire Bedell, who is the second of the 2 mace bearers, follows. The maces are placed on the stage for the duration of the ceremony.
I declare the congregation open. As Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Research and Knowledge Exchange, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you here today to your graduation. You did it. Congratulations. This is your day. Welcome to this beautiful Great Hall. An awful lot has happened here since it opened over 100 years ago. Most recently, it was lined once again with row after row of exam desks. On this stage, speakers have given lectures, speeches, and opposing sides have engaged in heartfelt and sometimes very heated debates. We have welcomed international conferences, religious festivals, celebratory dinners, and even a wedding or 2. The Great Hall has been used in some surprising ways over the years. If you had been here in the First World War, you might have been a soldier returned from the front lines, or a nurse treating the wounded, as this hall was converted into a medical ward when the university became the first Southern General Military Hospital. In the Second World War, you might have been jumping over a pommel horse because it became a gym. In the 60s, you might have been watching the latest films at a pop-up cinema. In the 70s and 80s, you would have been playing at the City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra, which recorded over 50 albums here over 2 decades. And most recently, and a little less glamorously, you might have had a swab stuck up your nose at our COVID testing centre. All of our students come into this Great Hall on open days, and they all graduate from here. And you are now part of this history. So take a moment to remember when you first came to campus, or for those of you who started during the pandemic, when you first logged on to a university Zoom call. Most of you will have experienced excitement, trepidation, and perhaps nervousness. As you progressed through your degree, there will have been times where the decisions you needed to make seemed clear and obvious, and others when you weren't sure what to do next. There will have been concepts, problems, or ideas that inspired you, others that confounded you, and some, I hope, will have made your brain hurt. You will have attended lectures that filled you with knowledge, sparked your imagination, and some, no doubt, that went on just that little bit too long. During your time as a student at the university, you will have made new friends, some of whom will be your friends for life. Treasure these people. You will support each other through life's ups and downs, no matter what path you take or where you go in the world. As you look back on your time with us, take a moment to realise how far you have come and just what you have achieved. You have worked with others, learned you can inspire others and be inspired by others, learned knowledge, ideas and skills which will carry you into the future. As you reflect on your experiences at Birmingham, you should rightly be proud of what you have done. But, and I know you will agree, you couldn't have done it by yourselves. If it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a whole university to produce a graduate. During your time here, you have been taught by some of the best lecturers in the world and been inspired by their enthusiasm and knowledge. You will have been supported in myriad different ways by tutors, student support teams, and the whole host of people that work to make this campus function as well as it does. So, I ask you now to thank those who have supported you, some of whom have come to your graduation and are behind me here. So could we have a round of applause, please? And it takes more than the university to create a student. As I look at the front rows of the audience, I see some very proud faces, and I am sure there will be more than a few happy tears shed today. Some of you are watching online. You too will be very proud of the students about to become graduates. Graduands, you will all have that person or those people who believed in you and supported you. Parents, grandparents, family and friends. They are part of your success. This is always true, but for those of you who studied in the pandemic, it was even more so, especially for those of you who returned to the family home somewhat unexpectedly. So students, soon to be graduates, can you stand and give all your families and friends a huge round of applause and thank them for supporting you? Thank you. So you will shortly be stepping up onto this stage, and I will have the honour of admitting you to your degree. So this is your moment. When your name is read out, that will be your graduation. And family and friends, that is your cue to make an awful lot of noise. So don't hold back. You've just heard what this hall has been through in the last 100 years. It can take some happiness and some celebration. So, graduands, be careful of the steps. Don't forget to give a big smile for the cameras and savour your moment. Thank you.
Now for the handing of the scrolls. The graduates will walk from the left of the stage to the centre and collect their scroll from the conferring officer. After they're congratulated, they'll walk off stage.
Head of the School of Sport, Exercise and Rehabilitation Sciences. It's my honour today to present our graduates to you. Pro-Vice-Chancellor, to you and the University, I present the names of these graduates as listed in my programme, both in attendance and in absentia, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Pro Vice-Chancellor, I admit those persons listed in the programme to the degree for which they are to be presented.
College of Life and Environmental Sciences, School of Sport, Exercise and Rehabilitation Sciences, Doctor of Philosophy, for research into new methods to understand muscle wasting in liver disease patients, Sophie Louise Allen. For research into the effect of hypoxia on cardiorespiratory and cerebral regulation, Sultan Al-Salahi. For research into the physiological effects of trauma, Connor Bentley. For research into the prevalence of treatment of frailty in older adults, Paul Doody. For research to understand causes of muscle loss with disuse and preventative effects of novel nutritional strategies, Sophie Edwards. For research into the effects of pressure on performance in sport, Jennifer Louise Henderson. For research into the exercise, physical activity and sedentary behaviour in people with multiple sclerosis, Marianne Yasmin Hensman. For research into psychological and social factors influencing enhancement drug use in sport and education, Andrew Robert Hayes. For research into impacts of major sporting events on local small, medium-sized enterprises, Xiao Liang. For research into the new insight into molecular mechanism of muscle atrophy, Yusuke Nishimura. For research into carbohydrate nutrition, exercise performance and recovery, Oliver Odell. For research into the importance of physical development strategies in elite youth football, Joshua John Rice. For research into the influence of female sex hormones on cerebrovascular function, Bethany Dawn Skinner. For research into the roles played by mindfulness and reinvestment in determining performance in the sport of rowing, Catherine Victoria Sparks. For research into evaluating mental skills training programs for young people experiencing homelessness, Grace Tidmarsh. For research into interdisciplinary approaches for the study of exercise and its effects on the cerebrovasculature, Samuel Roger Clayton Weaver. For research into brain stimulation and sensory motor neuroscience, Matthew Christopher Waitman. Master of Research, Daniel Rush. Master of Science, Genevieve Katharina Anguilleri. Henry James Beaver. Tarandeep Singh Nijjar. Benedict Sale. Master of Science, Advanced Manipulatory Physiotherapy, Nikita Pandit. Advancing Physiotherapy Practice, Fatima Rashila Mohammed Farid. Exercise and Sports Medicine Football, Kevin Jonathan Param. Marcos Vlamis. Physiotherapy pre-registration, Samantha Alison Menzies. Benjamin Omaide. Master in Science, Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences, Sanson Abodurin. Isaac Ayres. Hannah Elizabeth Lloyd Bailey. Marcus Birmingham. Natasha Briggs. Sophie Charlotte Marsh Chatwin. Maria Lena Alice Doria. Leanne Emily Guffick. Evie Peyton Harms. Federico Ioangeli. Sean James. Rory Sean Keane. Daniel James Lamb. Matthew James Rawlings. Isabel Irea Catalin Staines. Sport, Physical Education and Coaching Science, Matthew Bowers. Dylan Devani. Abigail Lucy Diskin. Isaiah Fraser. Margaret Teresa Lindsay. Bachelor of Science, Applied Golf Management Studies, George Alboni. Sebastian Crabtree. Lorenzo Giovanardi. Ali Akbar Jodi Ualawa. Esme Laura Jones. Cameron McWhinney. Ethan Richmond. William Smales. Reese Smith. Kirsten Thorpe. Physiotherapy, Emily Grace Allen. Bethany Anderson. Georgia Bacon. Isabel Mary Reeve Bauer. Derval Brannigan. Joanna Suzanne Avard Bunting. Freya Olivia Chalice. Bill Chesters. Shuk Yi Chung. Isabel Clough. Abigail Cooper. Niall Dean. Hugo Nathan Maxime Drew. Charlotte Louise Dyer. Chimuana Lucy Efuanke. Georgia Enders. Elliot James Faulkner. Joel Reeson Farhat. Olivia Fletcher. Joseph William Robert Ford. Shayla Gordon. Macy Eleanor Grice. Rahana May Griffin. Olivia Groom. Martha Daisy Hansford. Shara Kai Ning Hu. Lucy Hopgood. Sophie Victoria Hoyes. Alison Shue. Tiffany Ip. Sarah Jane Jackson. Daniel Callan Jones. Lucy Rebecca Kennedy. Carmen Chu. Jessica Leitner. Chuk Lam Jade Lung. Junhei Jonathan Lung. Alice Lilly. Sarah Elizabeth Lilly. Hon Hin Ken Mack. Emily McGuinness. Emily Minsell. Anna Naomi Montgomery. Anna Morford. Sophie Mumford. Finn Mongeem. Alice Murphy. Joel Nathan. Mia Newman. Nicola Margaret Oram. Keris Preston. Millie Rain. Sophie Ramshaw. Olivia Randall. Chanel Mary Roberts. Catherine Rooney. Bryony Grace Smith. Elizabeth Charlotte Summers. Catherine Unwin. Zara Wong. Rebecca Emmett Wright. Sport and Exercise Sciences, Wei Lun Chen. Emma Elizabeth Coates. Cheryl Rochelle Devonish. Lewis William Titchener. Sport and Exercise Sciences with International Year, Tristan Brooker. Chloe Shannon Kane. Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences, Abdulrahman Adisa Abdul Yakin. Harry Abel. Oluwafemi Agdebeye. James Ainley. Amy Laura Allman. Megan Arrowsmith. Mohammed Atik. Luca Batten. Eleanor Beattie. Lydia Boffey. Holly Marianica Bolt. Dewey Bowden. Cara Jane Brown. Nathan Burrell. Bethany Ann Burt. Harrison Button. Harriet Cannell. Lewis Henry Carroll. Joseph Court. George Chaters. Chi Man Chen. Harrison Joel Cool. Hannah Cook. Kieran Cooper. Natasha Cooper Smith. Florence Lily May Craddock. Adam Charles Crafer. Courtney Jade Craig. Joseph Crane. Emily Davis. Hannah Dickens. Scott Dinsley. Joseph Dredge. Theo Jerome Culver Eddy. Sophie Emmanuel. Kane Farley. Mia Lily Favor. Harriet Foley. Jessica Lauren Francis. Jake Michael Freeman. Grace Gentry. Eleanor Goddard. Aaron Jamie Grahamslaw. Rosie Francesca Gray. Robin Louise Gregory. Lucas Griffiths Gray. Daniel Harvey. Amy Horton. Florence Grace Plum Hobbs. Alice Hodgins. Gabriella Homer. Adil Hussain. Millie May Inman. Donnell John Baptiste. Hannah Johnston. Oliver Kind. Emma King. Kyle Kernan. Harry Kitchens. Timothy Kerner. Arjun Kuna. Aaron Kumar. Brogan Ling. Daniel Lismore. Emma Livingstone. Lock Hin Low. Katie Mace. Amy Jane Mackenzie. William McIntosh. Aaron Mahoney Jones. Rebecca Manton. Adela Martinkova. Henry James Martin. Daniel Maud. Jessica Margaret McNamara. Laura Catherine Peake. Nathan Isaac McMessel. Jack Mills. Rebecca Morgan. Eve Christie Grace Mulvaney. Joseph Samuel Neal. Sophie Nobes. James O'Donnell. Olajumoke Okatiikon. Kate O'Neill. Rebecca Euler. Biba Jasmine Piggott. Chloe Pigram. Samuel James Pilkington. Gary Pittman. Sophie Paula Prosser. Tamara Prostanikova. Abigail Rex. Abigail Florence Krokolowski Robertson. Abigail Emily Rowley. Connor Rosson Thomas. Saya Bintu Samir. Amy Jane Scott. Masharaf Shahad. Parmi Singh. Bethany Sinnott. Molly Stettinford. Lloyd Stevens. Olivia Tartakovska. Erin Louise Taylor. Kai Wen Thian. Ella Thompson Moulding. Marcus Tingy. Tushar Uppal. Atali Varal. Edmund Frederick Wadux. Rebecca Ward. Claudia Alex Whittaker. Courtney Wilkins. Ellie Williams. Patrick Richard Firth Williams. Liberty Grace Windsor. Hin Chung Wong. Alexandra Wood. Connor Wolfe. Taylor Yates Smith. Yuen Lung Yuan. Sport, Physical Education and Coaching Science, Millie Atwell. Jessica Elizabeth Bell. Alice Boston. Sasha Erin Crooknorth. Dylan Anthony DaCosta. Eleanor May Dace. Greta Donkute. Thomas Downing. Claire Duncan. Freya Lee Dunn. Chloe Amy Louise Finch. Ella Flatman. Chloe Hannah Fox. Alistair Gunn. Joseph Halfacre. Tom Hamilton. Callum David Hanney. Katie Harrison. Eve Hodson. Daniel Hussain. Marianne Jamil. Isabel Margaret Ruth Kite. Andrew Ross Lakey. Joshua Langley. Emily Nolan. Lucy Elizabeth Ann Owen. Ayena Pinnock. Kate Rigby. Casey Ryder. Madison Spark. Hannah Sparks. Jack Williams. Pak Chun Wong. Connie Elise Ragg. Bachelor of Science, Sport and Exercise Sciences. Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences, Aidan Ali. Cecily Harriet Basil. Katie Patricia Cox. Daniel Grogan. Alexander Dewey Peter Jones. Saskia Millard. Megan Grace Ormond. Abigail May Saker. Ashvin Sharma. William Thompson. Sport and Exercise Sciences, Gurpal Singh. Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences, Olawatimi Phoebe Abdikabin. It gives me great pleasure now to introduce to you one of our graduating cohort and our student representative to speak to us today, Esme Jones.
Good morning, everybody. It's so great to be here with all of you. We're all here to celebrate that we finally graduated from university. Who would have thought? I'm Esme, and I'm graduating from Applied Golf Management Studies. There aren't many of us, but I appreciate being given the opportunity to represent AGMS. Looking back on the amazing years at Birmingham, I can happily say that coming to university was worth it. University is so much more than education. You can meet friends for life, develop connections, and grow as an individual. We are here today for a well-deserved celebration, to celebrate our successes, struggles, milestones, achievements, and our highlights. One of our biggest challenges we have put to face was COVID. In my mind, I thought COVID would push us apart, but look at us now, it made us all closer in the end. Being able to complete a university degree for some of us here today, and PhDs. Under these influences is amazing. We're able to adapt and overcome in order to create success. The skills and knowledge that we have developed will set us up for the future and allow us to progress in successful careers. Before stepping out on stage today, I had a lot of different thoughts. My main one was, why did I say yes to this? And then I thought about it some more. Why not take that risk? Having the confidence to seek discomfort and to say yes to the things that scare us, because it might be the best thing we would have ever done in our lives. A rule I like to live by is a no is what you have and a yes is what you can get, meaning that if you don't take the risk, you would never know what could have happened. So what happens after university? You might already have something planned out, while others might not, and that's okay. You're allowed to feel unsure about the future. The key thing is that this is your life. You can write your own story. We all got given one, and we should do whatever we want with this life. If you love something, why not find a way to incorporate that into your life? We will take with us our shared love for sports, and in this room today, we understand its importance in society and helping people to lead happy and healthy lives. To reflect on some of our successes and what our school have contributed to the wider Birmingham sporting experience. I would like to mention the president of the UOB women's football team and the UOB men's cricket team graduating today. Also our fellow physio students who offer their expertise at events such as the Campus 5K. We have not only impacted sport locally, people sat in the audience have also globally impacted. supporting international training camps on campus ahead of the Commonwealth Games. We have made a difference here, and I know we'll continue to do so. I'd like to end this speech by saying thank you. I look around the room and I see a fantastic network of people. We, of course, had a wonderful academic staff. Our university journey has been made that's been completed by the lecturers, supervisors, tutors, and support staff who shared their expertise and support to us. A further thank you to the families and the friends of ours, the people who helped us to get here in the first place. Then there's another group to thank. Look around you and side by side, I'm sure you see who I'm talking about, our friends. Finally, I do want to give a special thank you to my fellow AGMS students in the back. Woo! We received a lot of questions about our degree and always had to explain what the ins and outs of golf management were, but I think we finally figured it out as we're graduating here today. Thank you all for listening. I would like to congratulate everyone. Today is the end of a chapter, and tomorrow is the beginning of a new one. Class 2022, we fucking did it.
Guests, graduates, colleagues, follow that. My name is Laura Green. I'm Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Head of the College of Life and Environmental Sciences. SportXR is one of our schools. All 4 schools are graduating today, so I'll have the pleasure of seeing every one of our graduates going through ceremonies today. It's one of the greatest privileges that I have is to see our students graduate and be part of the ceremony. And celebrate the achievements that you've made. I could see from the beaming smiles, from the whoops as we came up on stage, just how much it means to everyone who's graduating and all of you here in the audience today. From its very beginning in 1900, as England's first civic university, we have welcomed people of all faiths and backgrounds and have been home to study some truly inspirational people. If you walk down the corridors either side of the Great Hall today, you will see museum objects, prototypes, manuscripts and photographs that tell the stories of groundbreaking research undertaken by your university. This includes the work of Sir Peter Medawar, who won a Nobel Prize for his research on organ transplants. You will also see the work of 2 dentists who invented the first airbags after treating servicemen with severe facial injuries from vehicle accidents sustained during the First World War. These are just a few examples of how we can change lives through our research. But we also have an impact on the world around us in other ways. If on your way out of the Great Hall you turn right and walk down towards the Bramall, you will see posters and photos telling the story of the university's role in local and international music culture. Everything from Sister Bliss, The Cure, through to Joy Division's last ever concert. I have to say that's what's on display. Some of you might need to ask your parents who these are, but I think Friday I'm in Love is the one that many of us will know and our children will know. So great exhibitions over there. And also across the world, our thousands of alumni are working in every conceivable industry. We are proud to be hosting the Commonwealth Games Hockey and Squash in a couple of weeks, where Birmingham students and alumni will be representing their countries in 9 sports, including swimming, judo and athletics. It is telling that 1/3 of the England women's hockey team studied at Birmingham. I'm genuinely proud to be standing here on behalf of a university where inspirational people do inspirational things, where every day we have the ability to change lives for the better. And today I am inspired by what you have achieved. As you embark on the next chapter of your lives, you may know exactly what you're going to do, or as Esme said, you might still be considering a range of options. Your future is in your hands, and each of you will find your path in the world. As you do this, I hope you will take a piece of Birmingham with you. Your experiences here will have given you a fantastic academic grounding. You will also have honed a whole range of other skills, maybe sometimes without noticing. You leave here being able to analyse and critique information. You are likely to be well practiced at discussing and debating issues with respect, and you will understand the importance of having an open mind to the views of others. Together, these skills will enable you to make a difference in this world. We have many global challenges that we need to tackle, and it is people like you, in ways big and small, who will be the ones to solve them. In a few minutes' time, you will walk out as graduates of the University of Birmingham and celebrate in the Green Heart with your fellow students, family and friends. This marks the end of one chapter in your life, and after today, some of you will be leaving Birmingham and even leaving the UK. Despite this, you remain part of our alumni family, and we will stand here for you. Our careers service remains open to you, and our fantastic alumni relations team run events for recent graduates, and you can contact your alumni across the world. You may even decide to come and work for us. After you've finished celebrating today, you may have time for a quiet moment of reflection. If this is the case, I hope you will think fondly of your time here, about the people who have supported you, and about your success in achieving your degree. You entered the Great Hall today as graduands, but you will leave as graduates of the University of Birmingham. You can look back with genuine pride in what you've achieved. Class of 22, well done.
So congratulations again. I declare the ceremony closed.
Congratulations to our new graduates. The attendees applaud our new graduating class. To close the ceremony, the maces are collected from the stage. The mace bearers lead the procession of staff and new graduates out of the Great Hall. The ceremony that completes the university journey for hundreds of Birmingham alumni is now closed. The live stream has now ended. The live stream has now ended.